And here we is, chapter 20, first and foremost. I am G, the seeker of truth, and this is spiritual staking. Yes, your spirit is at stake. We are in our Bible breakdown. Look, I got something right there. I think it's just the hair. We are in our Bible breakdown. We are in chapter 20 of Genesis. An overview of chapter 19. Lot, well, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, which say that going back into the conversation between Abram and God, that he couldn't find 10 righteous people in this city, which is crazy work. They went into the mountains. Lot's wife looked back, turned to a pillar of salt. Lot went to the mountains with his daughters, his older daughter, his younger daughter. They devised a plan because no men were coming into the mountains, that they were going to get their father drunk and they were going to have their way with him. And they both, they both received children from this act. They got him drunk and went in when he was drunk and laid with him. And they received child from this. So we're going into Genesis chapter 20, like I said. And y'all know how we do. With no further ado, let's get to it. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, behold, thou art dead, man, for the woman which thou have taken, for she is a man's wife. Excuse me. They ain't no corona. That's just good gas. I'm going to read 3 again. But God came to Abimelech and Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou have taken, for she is a man's wife. Now, they going into Gerar, a new land, and Abraham then told this woman again, lie to the people here and tell them you my sister. And obviously Sarah got to be fine, because every Pharaoh want this woman. Because now the king, Abimelech, excuse me, he got him. He want him. But the angel of the Lord came to him and said, hey, that woman, that's somebody's wife. Now, I just want to stop right there. Abraham is constantly getting all these favors bestowed upon him, and yeah, he's still lying. He's still being deceitful. He's still being manipulative. And knowing that the last time that they did this little lie, it caused the plague, and they got kicked out. But, hey, let's just keep on with the same lie. But, verse 4, but Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, she is my sister, and she even herself said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. Now he over here, he pleading his case. He's like, hey, hold up. First of all, we ain't even did the back shoe boogaloo. We ain't even did the back shoe boogaloo yet. But this man told me that was his sister, and then she said that was her brother. I thought she was a single woman. I came to her with innocence, with purity. Is you going to judge the whole righteous nation? We didn't know that this woman was married, which lead us to situations today. These situations to where it's a situationship, but it's something deeper than that. Because the other party was not under the illusion of a situationship. And now he mad at the man, the other man mad at him, and the culprit in this scenario, in that situation, would be the woman. Or if it's going to play out just like that, it's both of them. Just like it was both of them at the first time when they was in Atlantic Canyon. It was both of them that time. Abraham said, this is the lie. Stick to it. And she stuck to it. Now, Sarah down by law. You hear me? Sarah knows no one is going to get wicked. But she going to ride. You hear me? But they bogus. Verse 6. And God said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou did this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffereth I thee not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. Now God said, okay, you know what? I know you didn't know. I know you didn't know. And that's why I made situations play out to where y'all couldn't do the back shoe boogaloo. But this is what I want you to do. You get that woman, you take her and you give her back to her man, because he's his prophet. He's highly favored in my eyes. Now, for a person, we ain't got there yet, but God said he made all things good and bad, right? Now, Abraham is a highly favored prophet. But we've seen a couple of situations where Abraham done lied. Abraham did, Abraham did, you know what I'm saying? With the best lies. And we're going to ride him out. Have it go, shout it. Have it go. If it go bad, it's going to go bad, but we're going to go bad on this lie here. But God told him, hey, get that man back, get that woman back to her husband. And if you don't give her back, if you do not restore her unto him, then we own you. Verse 8, therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin, that thou hast done deeds unto me that thou ought not to be done? Look, man. This is some destruction. Abraham and Sarah is so bogus in this, to the point that the man like, I ain't even did nothing to y'all. What have I did to y'all that make y'all sit back and concoct a plan like this and bring upon all this on my, even threaten to bring this upon my kingdom? And Abraham and Abimelech, hold on, man, let me look at it and say his name right, because I know it ain't Abimelech. It looked like Abimelech, though, the way they got it broke down. So, Abimelech, maybe it's Abimelech. 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 We're going to learn how to say it right here. Yeah, I know I got to go mess with Julie and Miguel, right?
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of multiple names mentioned in the Hebrew.
I'm finna figure that out real quick. Oh, Abimelech. I wasn't that far off, y'all. Abimelech. Abimelech. Excuse me. I wasn't that far off. And Abimelech, verse 10, and Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. Now this man didn't prejudge these folks. He didn't came, look how we do. That's us. That's us. It's 4-5 people that you don't know them. 4-5 hoods, pants sagging, color coordination. You don't know what they color coordinated for, but in your mind, you already got an opinion. That is a gang. If I go over there, something bad gonna happen to me. And all the time, that might be a fraternity. That might be a basketball team. That might be a football team. They all dressing like that because that might be a rap group. But for you to sit here and base an opinion and then make up a lie because you done already prejudged these people based off appearances only. Hey, I ain't know they had the fear of God in them. They don't look like it. What do a God-fearing person look like? Is the complexion lighter? Is the hair brighter? What do a God-fearing person look like for you to go over here and talk about somebody, you know what? Look, we finna lie. You ain't even been in here yet. You ain't talked to nobody. We all struggle with this though. Today, we have preconceived notions about areas or people. Or because this person had a bad experience here, you feel like that you're going to have a bad experience here. But that person didn't tell you that they was already having a bad day. You see what I'm saying? So these preconceived notions, these preconceived judgments, they don't bring nothing. It's perfect right there. Prime example of how having an opinion, a preconceived opinion about somebody and then lying about it can cause destruction. The man say in verse 11, and Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. He felt like his wife was so fine that he had to lie to everybody and tell her that was just his sister. Hey, that's just my sister right there, y'all. I mean, like, you gotta imagine, like, can you be sitting here while, like, this is your wife, this is your soulmate, this your boo-boo. Another man, she done married another man, keeping up with your lie. She down. She down. Hey, she down. But like I'm saying, it's a lot of wicketry. A lot of stuff that when I was coming up and I was hearing these stories, it wasn't pointed out like Abraham and Sarah was some lying, manipulative mother. Let me stop. Hey, I'm just saying though, it's right there. But they, for the greater mind, you can see how they use the good and the bad. God said, I created all things, the good and the bad. And I just want to say this, take this moment to say, you cannot defeat sin. You cannot defeat negative energy by acting as if it is non-existent or ignoring it or throwing it off to some imaginary something else to deal with it because somebody else told you that somebody else had did something a long time ago. So you don't have to deal with the stuff that you did today. That's some bullshit. The only way to defeat and conquer evil is to confront it head on. And then when you realize that you are the evil that you create, you are the negative energy, you are the positive energy, you are both the light and the darkness, you are both up and down, you are both left and right, you are both celestial and terrestrial. I think then these preconceived notions will start going away. Then all the necessary violence will start fading away. The blatant ignorance. I'm talking about the honored fools. And I know they say, you ain't supposed to call nobody no fool. Hey, it's foolish. I'm saying. Verse 12. And yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. Now, Abraham said, I ain't lying. That is my sister. That's my daddy's daughter. That ain't my mama daughter. That's my daddy daughter. And then she became my wife. Hey, so it don't look like in this situation here, just from Lot and his two daughters, and from Abraham and Sarah with this new information that we received, the whole bloodline would essentially be like fucked up in a way, right? Because like this your daddy's daughter, she got your daddy blood, your daddy DNA in her. You got your daddy DNA with you, and your daddy blood in you, and y'all together, and then y'all have a child. I mean, just because she ain't your full, like, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Dang. And it came to pass when God caused me to wander from my father's house that I said unto her, this is thy kindness which thou shalt show unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, he is my brother. And Abimelech, that's what it was. Excuse me. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servant and women servant and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, behold, my land is before thee to dwell where it pleaseth thee. And unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee, and with all others. Thus she was reproved. Excuse me. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservant, and they bare children. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Now, it was a lot going on right there too. And the more and more I go, it's a lot of incest, a lot of lies, a lot of manipulation, a lot of deception. And then here go the crazy thing. Even after they did all that, Abimelech gave them sheep, oxen, men servant, women servant. And then he like, here, get your wife back. Here go my land. Now, the thing is, could we have avoided all that other stuff if Abraham would have came right in, boom, hey, check this out. Or maybe he didn't want to be judged. Maybe that fear set it on him again. Or maybe everybody was just marrying their sisters and their cousins. I don't know. But from what I'm looking at and what we reading together, it sounds real, real freaky. And then what's crazy is this here. Even though God knew that Sarah and Abraham was lying, he yet and still punished Abimelech, because it say in 18, for the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. So the women, and they were sick. 17 say Abraham had to pray unto God, and God healed Abimelech. Even like that's cool. That's wild right there. That's wild. That's wild. But that's that balance. And a person, you got to find that balance. You got to understand that there is a balance. The scale, it has to be balanced. And so whichever you favor into, that's what the most you going to have. That's what the most going to happen to you. If you think something going to go crazy, if you like, man, I'll get the court, man, it's going to go wow. 10 to 1 is probably going to go wow, depending on how much you believe it. But that was Genesis chapter 20. I know I talked a lot more between verses, but it's just, I mean, it's wild. This is a wild ride already. A wild ride already. We are in the midst of, and we finna figure some stuff out. We're gonna figure it out together. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I'm G. This is Spiritual State. And until next time, y'all stay elevated.